Hey! Look at this, we've got a video game to play. And it's Problem Sleuth. The, old-timey point-and-clicky kind of, MS Paint adventure made by, Andrew Hussie, the creator of, Homestuck. So I've tagged this as Homestuck because there's no Problem Sleuth tag. Imagine that John just picked up Problem Sleuth and instead of doing anything productive, he read this comic. This is what he made. He made this before Homestuck. He made a lot of things before Homestuck. It's quite compiled, so you can go look that up if you want to know more about that guy. But you probably don't, or maybe you do. I'm getting comfy. I'm clearing my throat. You should have some water. Maybe that'll come. What am I gonna do today? I'm gonna maybe read this a bit. See where that goes. I might do some other gaming today, you know? I might do that. Oh, my foot's asleep. That's not a good sign. Okay then, well... Yeah. allow me to bring you into the world, the old-timey world. You are one of the top problem sleuths in the city. Solicitations for your service are numerous in quantity. Compensation adequate. It is a balmy summer evening. You are feeling particularly hard-boiled tonight. What will you do? Quickly retrieve arms from safe. You've already got arms, numbnuts. Retrieve your gun. There are dames to be rescued. You are quite positive there has never been a gun in your office, and never will be. Frankly, the notion strikes you as reckless and foolhardy. Break through glass with fists to unlock door. Thud. You don't know why you are assuming the door will be locked. You don't usually keep the door to your office locked. Nonetheless, a guy this hard-boiled doesn't go messing around with totally unmanly things like knobs. You send your meaty fist glassward. Thud. It seems there never was a glass element to the door. It was just a piece of paper taped to it. Take the piece of paper. The piece of paper was added to your inventory. Manhandle the doorknob. There are dames to be rescued. The door is locked. Funny, you don't remember locking it. Call the Royal Locksmith. The most plainly obvious course of action is to call the locksmith. You examine the phone. While it appears to be hooked up to an active phone line, the rotary dial and receiver cord are both missing. You won't be talking to anyone on this phone. Check pockets and desk drawers for phone parts. He's got an inventory. Unfortunately, your desk has no drawers, since it is a board resting on some cinder blocks with faux wood panel siding. Your pocket, however, yields bountiful returns. You found some candy corn. Hot diggity, candy corn. Nature's candy. Comes right from the candy corn tree. Why don't you get the key? You pick up the gun. The grip is cold against your palm. This is your only friend in the world right now. It's gonna be a long night. Next. Beautiful. Store candy corn in safe. Thinking the precious cargo may not be secure in your pocket, you explore alternatives. But you don't know the combination to the safe. You figure it's probably hidden somewhere in your office. Check the other side of the paper. You have decided to examine a piece of paper. Eureka! You discovered a sequence of numerals. 41, 23, 66. Open safe. You will use sequence of numerals on the safe. The safe doesn't seem to work. It appears to be a replica of a safe's facade, concealing something beneath it. on the wall. There is a painting of a clown under the safe cover. What's with him and clowns, huh? What's with the clowns, huh? Look under the fake wood paneling of the desk. There is a flask of whiskey under the desk. Flask of whiskey? Get you a flask. You pick up the flask of whiskey. Drink the whiskey and remember the good old days. How do you expect to drink from the flask of whiskey when it is not in your jacket pocket? Exchange gun for whiskey, then drink. You swap the key for the flask of whiskey and wield it accordingly. Oh! You topple backwards onto your desk. Use the key on the door and open it. This is the beginning of, you can see the amazing inventory shenanigans. He wielded it in the weapon slot, so he used it as a weapon. Imagine if in Dark Souls you could equip Estus and then fucking donk yourself in the face with it. You re-equip your gun so you can blow a hole in the lock to open the door. I think he's got one bullet, I guess, loaded. Mostly empty. He's got flask is in there now. It looks like your gun only has one bullet left. Are you sure you want to use it in this way? You might need it in case you have to off yourself later. Check what is taped to the bottom of the phone. As you stoop to look at the bottom of the phone, your finger slips and you blow the lock off the door. Never mind, what's under the phone? Bus R Us. A good way to get ahead. 531-8008. It is a business card for Bus R Us. Probably a brothel, considering the lame double entendre slogan, and the phone number, which if turned upside down, spells boobies. Take the card. You put the Bus R Us card in your inventory. You also put the phone upright and back on its hook to make sure you don't miss any important calls from would-be clients. Walk out of the room, through the now unlocked door. The door still will not open. It appears that it was never locked in the first place. Something must be obstructing its path. Look through the newly made hole in the door. No wonder the door won't open. Blocking it is an enormous and magnificent bust of Ben Stiller in his role as Starsky in the 2004 Retromania comedy remake of Starsky and Hutch. That's right, ever since 2004, everybody started talking like this, and they could never stop. Lying on the floor appears to be an unfortunate bystander, an employee of Bus R Us. He was polishing a bus right in front of your door for some reason. Yes, solid marble busts. Of course, that was what it meant. How could we have been so foolhardy? Bus sunglasses. You can't reach him. In any case, they're probably just a part of the statue, not actual sunglasses. You spend the next half hour trying to reach them. And you'll imagine him like fucking like... if only this had gifts back then, right? Or, you know, if only he just put the effort in doing gifts back then. He put all that effort into, Homestuck, of course, with all the gifts. But, you know, there'll be some in this comic. It really does develop. Office break. Oh, hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching, viewer. I can't stop talking like this now. I guess it's just a part of me. Take a closer look at the mysterious clown. The painting is exquisite. There's something funny about his eyes, though. Light seems to be shining through from the other side. Look through the eyes of the clown. It's too bright in this room to see anything in there. You do think you hear a voice, though. You can't tell what it is saying. Throw a cinder block at the door. You're just so angry about not being able to reach those sunglasses, you're about to lose it. You first consolidate all the scrap wood into a neat pile, then hoist the block towards the door. Well, that was a very mild version of losing it. They neatly stacked it. It sounds like something was knocked loose on the other side. Peer out the window to see what floor you're on. You face east in the room to look out the window. Bright daylight floods the room through the glass. You've always been a stickler for natural light. This is the only source of light in the room. What makes this particularly strange is the fact that it is 10 o'clock in the evening, which would not be bright. Look outside. It's the view from your third-floor office. You gaze abstractedly at the commotion below. Same scene, same faces every day. It's like it hardly ever changes. Not that you can afford to pay much attention to scenery, with your mind wrapped around the latest problem to sleuth, and your lips around your flask. Ask the movers with the moving van to remove Starsky statue. You shout toward the moving truck, hoping someone might be willing to bust your problem, so to speak. You do your best pantomime of Ben Stiller as a Starsky statue, but it doesn't seem like anyone can see or hear you. Wait, it's me, Ben Stiller? Really? Here in the studio? I can't remember what he sounds like actually. No, he. Anybody seen There's something about Mary? Maybe. Throw cinder block at window, thereby discovering it is fake. You think you have a pretty good idea about how your office works by now. Acting upon this hunch, you hoist another cinder block glassward. Pick up a shot of glass and put it in your inventory. No clue is too trivial for the keen problem sleuth. Your motto is, let no inventory go uncluttered. What's that? Catch a glimpse of the reflection in the glass. It's the wall behind you. Turn around. Now facing south, you pause to marvel at the beauty of your office wall mural celebrating ethnic diversity. You had it commissioned some time ago by a promising young artist. Best 1,100 you ever spent. Read the note under the coffee. I guess $11,000 actually, not 1,100. What am I saying? What am I saying? Read the note under the coffee. Read the note. Read the note under the coffee. Problem. Sleuth. Madame Mirel. Bring wall your fantasies to life. 1-900 strip first. It appears to be another business card. At a glance, one might think it was a calling card for a lady of the night named Muriel, with a typo in her name, given the poor spelling exhibited elsewhere. But on closer inspection, it is more likely a misspelling for mural, given the smudged out pun about walls. The suggestion in the phone number is probably regarding the old coat of paint rather than anyone's clothes. It's an easy enough mistake to make, though. You feel sorry for anyone who at any point in the past may have called while under the wrong impression. Using the chair, cinder blocks, and paneling, make a fort. You stash the Madame Mural card in your inventory and set about making a really cool fort in your office. It is complete with a front step and a chimney. We're really proud of your craftsmanship. Piece of glass, got some cards. Use your imagination to play make-believe. Inside your fort, you are only bound by the walls of your imagination and severally small pieces of particle board. Fantasize. This is what being a hard-boiled problem sleuth is all about. It's about being a strong, silent type, oozing with confidence, charisma, and other fine qualities such as not being trapped in your own office. It's about having a working phone, a real desk, not one, but two steak dinners, and some hysterical broad on the line yakking about some fella she's got troubles with. It's always the same thing with dames. You comfort yourself in your sublime fantasy by now, then saying things on the phone such as, "Now calm down a second, toots," and hey, take it easy, sweetheart. I can barely understand a word you're saying." Ring, ring. Your call is rudely interrupted by a ringing noise. It can't be the phone, because you're already on it. Ring, ring. Something is ringing in your office. Check it out. Answer the phone in a very hard-boiled way. Is this the office break? Because I'm reading about the problems. I don't know. Sorry. Am I just getting that now? I'm fucking stupid. Sorry about that. Answer the phone in a very hard-boiled way. You pick up the phone and mutter some impatient greetings into the useless receiver. There is no response. Looks like you just lost another client to technical difficulties. Throw the devil phone out the window. You are fed up with your shitty phone. It has screwed you out of the case for the last time. Go look. Probably gonna need to get that back somehow. Crack open window. Even though the window is broken, you decide to open it. You slide the lower pane upward, but the whole window frame seems to slip from its anchored position. The window comes off the wall altogether. On closer examination, it seems to be a false window with a picture inside it. The picture is lit from within, sort of like a sophisticated light box. Put window down. The window, light box rather, is plugged into the wall behind it. The false window was concealing a large safe. Place false window in inventory. False window is way too big to carry around, stupid. But you did find a curtain rod just under the top edge. You never did get around to putting up drapes. Then again, it never did make much sense to cover up the only source of light in your office. You put the curtain rod in your inventory. Use numbers from sheet of paper to open the safe. You examine the heavy-duty safe. You must be keeping some serious loot in here. Enter the combination. You enter the sequence of numerals from the piece of paper. The combination works. However, instead of opening the safe, the dial has simply popped open to reveal a keyhole. It looks like it requires a key that looks more like a house key or a car key, rather than one of those old-fashioned looking keys which tend to be littered all over video games, and which you are quite sure you have never once seen around in your office. You don't need this piece of paper anymore. Crumple it up and throw it away. You discarded the piece of paper. Shoot the safe. The key is out of bullets. Get cinder block and phone receiver at a false window. It's a long way down. You'll have to think of a way to reel them in if you want them back. Unplug the window to conserve electricity. You unplug the false window, which is probably burning through electricity with its powerful fluorescent bulb and strange spatial warping properties. You're not made of money. The room goes dark. Look through the eyes of the clown. With the room darkened, you should be able to see through the painting. Gadzooks! It's another urban mural. This one is particularly unpleasant. You have a feeling it might have been placed there just to annoy you. You hear a voice from the other side. It's hard to tell what it is saying, but you think you can make out the words toots and sweetheart now and then. It's hard to tell how far away the mural is. The clown's eyes are so close together, you can only see through one at a time, limiting your depth perception. You wonder what kind of a freak this painting was made for. If only you had some sort of thin, extendable implement to poke through the hole to tell how far away it is. Push the curtain rod through one of the clown's eye holes. You feel the curtain rod bump into something not too far into the wall. Get a look at the unobstructed view. It is the adjacent office. The man at the desk is talking to a client about some sort of problem, which requires sleuthing. It It is your loathsome arch nemesis, Ace Dick. He is always scooping you on the best cases. That portly son of a bitch makes your blood boil. Shout insults at Ace Dick through the clown painting. You shout, but he cannot hear you. The walls may be too thick, or he's just engrossed in his conversation. It sounds like he is arguing over a misunderstanding about the nature of the services provided by Bus R Us, an alarmingly large bill for those services. Wow. In the darkness, you stub your toe on the false safe cover. You utter more profanity. Plug the damn window back in. Inflated electric bills or not, you are getting sick of stubbing your toe on things. Drop to kick the door. Or drop kick the door. Ugh! The door bears the brunt of the bottled up shitstorm brewing within. Examine aftermath of shitstorm. The key, which you can't actually see and don't actually know is there, jingled a bit. You'll have to throw something heavier against the door if you want to knock it loose. Push cinder block at door. You take the cinder block, which was formerly your fort's front step. You decided you could stand to part with it, since you've been stubbing your toe in it constantly since you built it. Clunk. The key still won't jingle loose. It looks like you'll need to throw an even heavier object at the door. Check out what's on the false safe. Since Ace seems so intent on being able to see into your office, it looks like you put up something for him to look at. Fuck you, Ace. More like Ace Rodard. Dumb. Take the note. You stashed the note to Ace Dick. Investigate coffee machine looking object in the corner. It appears to be some kind of heating unit to keep the coffee hot. It looks heavy. Pick it up. It is quite heavy and hot. You contemplate throwing it at the door, but something occurs to you first. You don't want to knock the keys on the floor and not be able to reach them. R.E. The sunglasses fiasco. You better be prepared to catch them in something after you throw it. Use hat as a key net, then throw coffee maker. You resolve to catch the key with your hat. You let the ponderous appliance fly. Catch the key. With quick reflexes, you shove your hat through the hole in time to rescue the key. Pull hat back in. You got the safe key, and you can't think of a safer place for it than where it is now. Playback message on the reel-to-reel. So, should I strip first? Yes, you will want to strip thoroughly before I provide my service. Okay, I'm stripping now. You keep the hitting recording device in your office to record anything said that might be incriminating. Unfortunately, the only incriminating statements I've recorded were likely made by yourself. Swap the safe key with the candy corn. Your prized confections will be safer here. The recording tape begins to unspool while you're preoccupied. Peek through the clown eyes into the Ace Dick's office. You remember you're pissed off at Ace Dick, and in addition to which, you haven't been able to pee once in the 13.5 hours you've been locked in your office. You decide to exact revenge by unleashing a torrent of urine through one of the painting holes, preferably while he is spying on you. Unfortunately, your aim isn't that good, and you don't even come close to getting pee through the holes. The painting is now a smelly mess. Use the key on the safe. You unlock the safe with the safe key. The safe opens to reveal a hidden room. You don't need the safe key anymore, so you discard it. Wrap yourself in recording tape like a mummy. Wow, what a fucking waste of time! Barge into the room with wild abandon. You enter your secret chamber. It's a dark alcove you use to store a few modest valuables. and duck into whenever you're on a case and things start to get too hot to handle, which is never. Check out the paper on the floor. Chapter 2 of 22. Maybe now is a good time to save your game? Just taking a look here at it. He's got the dumbwaiter, another weird clown thing, instruments. Pretty interesting. Check out paper on the floor. Fuck off, asshole. Asshole. It appears to be a note delivered to you from Ace Dick. It smells a little like pee. You hate him so much. You stash the unpleasant note in your inventory. Play a haunting tuba refrain. You can't do it. That tuba is filthy. Ah. Check out the paper on the wall. Second-hand pornography. Handling your dirty instruments since 1920. Rusty trombones, filthy tubas, funky trumpets, and more. Dial 1-800-SAX-SAX-SAX. It's another business card for an intriguing trade. Some of these services sound really exotic. Put card in your inventory. Get a dummy elevator. You climb into the elevator, sometimes called a dumb waiter. It's a pitch black inside. There's only one direction to go. Go down. The dumbwaiter goes down a little bit, then stops. This is as far as it goes. The interior is somewhat illuminated from light coming in through a slit on the wall you're facing, and it looks like you can slip objects through it, as long as they are narrow enough. Peep through the slit. It's hard to see anything through it, but you hear a voice again. It's Ace Dick's office again. He is still on the phone, and sounds really surly. He seems quite upset about a mix-up involving large stone bus, instead of some other service he believed he was getting. Bus are us. We'll polish your head for no extra fee. 5034-918. He seems to be wondering if he has the right business. Feed your Bus Are Us card through the slot. You deposit into the slot the Bus Are Us card, but pee on the card beforehand. A little too late, you realize you should have peed on the card to stick it to Ace. You decide to pee on it anyway. Cutscene. Ace Dick picks up the card and puts it in his inventory. He considers the card carefully. He calls the number, hoping this one will bring satisfaction. After a little while, some whores show up. It looks like Ace got the better of you once again. Take a swig from flask of whiskey. Feelings of dejection overwhelm you. You are tired of being shown up by a rival. He gets everything. All the good cases, the women, the ability to open his office door. You'd wager he even enjoys the lion's share of the candy corn. You down a stiff belt from your flask of whiskey. You experience a boost in your imagination. Clean horns. Suddenly, you're entirely dissatisfied with the condition of these horns. It is an absolute disgrace. You won't stand for it. You set about polishing the instruments, but it seems your imagination is too high to conduct normal day-to-day activities. You topple some of the horns. The clarinet breaks. Only there were a place that could serve as a proper outlet for such a high degree of imagination, until the condition passed.